Bruce Springsteen's
The boss.
throws his guitar, and it goes very, very wrong. Let's watch and see what happened.
So, like at the end of the show, throws it up and right there just smacks him just square on the head. Like his arms are up clearly, and then he is down for the count.
I'm sure that was planned. I'm sure they have done this night after night after night. And it looked like he was on his knees, right? So he's like trying to reach up. The guitar is just at a certain angle. He's reaching for it, and it looks like it just made contact with his head. And then it looks like Bruce, he obviously goes over to check. And then he tries to do something on the fly because that's what professional performers do.
He goes one man down.
He says one man down to the audience, and he's kind of looking back. And as far as I could tell, no one was rushing to this poor
No,
guy's assistance.
it's really tough. Well, so in the video you'll see that his legs, just because of the angle of the video, he's on the floor. You never see him get back up. Yeah, I imagine that somebody is attending to him on the other side. I've
I
yet to
hope
see another
so.
angle, or maybe they like drug him out kind of situation. But yeah, no, that's very dangerous. And I was wondering to you, like, when you sign up, because he's not a performer. I mean, he's a guitar tech, so he's supposed to keep the guitar in tune. He gets his guitars ready, gets them
Yeah,
all
so like
polished up.
what are the legal things we should be concerned about, right? So number one, he's probably a contractor. As a contractor, you sign a contractor agreement, and they may or may not have something in there in regards to physical harm that you suffer, right? So sometimes we'll draft something, we'll be like, hey, we're doing a music video, it's gonna require extreme physical activity. If you decide to
Right,
participate and have a heart attack, not our fault, right? So there might be some language like that. Probably not in this. So he might have a claim,
right.
right, for possibly workers' compensation if he qualifies, but just
Well,
his medical bills.
I haven't heard, whether he's okay, but I can't imagine Bruce is not taking care of him. Like the Bruce is, I'm sure, was just, super worried about the guy. He's such a great guy. But I'm just, I saw this and it just made me think of the situation. I'm sure it's going to be taken care of just fine. But just, just the way that they're written. So sure, like if he electrocutes himself when he's setting up a guitar, if he's, or when he's, setting up the, the equipment and all of his effects and stuff, maybe, he's protected with something like that, like against liability. But Bruce is throwing a guitar at him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is he getting paid as a performer to catch the guitar? Like, that's really
Yeah, and
dangerous. And
look,
those are
so in
heavy guitars.
there's a legal theory, informed consent, right? So if you go, let's say, into a water slide park, I'm sure there are signs that say, different things and waivers and whatever, but you have informed consent in that you're going in, you're going on the slide. There's a possibility of harm, right? If you go into a skate park or if you go, you know what I'm saying? So there are certain instances where it's like, if you're going to go do the thing,
Mm.
you might get hurt. So they could have that as the defense if Bruce is like, I'm not paying for any of these bills. You're crazy. But yikes, ouch.
I just can't
And I mean,
imagine how bad
just
that hurts.
yeah, not just the pain, but the literal injury, right? For the
Oh
speed, the
yeah.
weight of that. Can we just imagine?
No,
Yikes.
when it hit him, it looked like it just hit him kind of square. I mean, it kind of reminded me of, I don't know if you guys ever remember the old MTV Video Music Awards with Nirvana, and like Chris Novoselic like threw his bass up in the air and then it like smacked him right in the face coming down, and it was just like, oh my god, like he was just down for the count. And something like that could obviously, if he hit the right way, could kill somebody. But at the
Yeah.
very least, that could break your nose. That's definitely going to cause some kind of crack in your skull. I really hope he's okay, because that's dangerous.
Yeah, there's also eggshell theory, right? So if someone, let's say, gets into a car accident, right, and they were already injured for something else, or they had some kind of pre-existing condition, and the
Mm,
car crash that otherwise wouldn't have killed someone else, like a normal person, but it killed them because they had this pre-existing injury, that plays
mm,
into it as
yeah.
well. You still killed them, but now you have an argument, and you're like, well, they had this pre-existing. So I mean, this is why I am not interested in getting into personal injury law, but I'm aware of it.
Very careful. And while we're talking about Bruce, definitely check out the HBO interview Bruce did with Howard Stern. It
So
is
good.
incredibly well done, very emotional. And Bruce just looks great and sounds great. He's one of these guys that's always going to be at the top of his game. So
Yeah, no, I mean, also just how Howard kind of says in that interview, he's like, I really wasn't a fan of you. to be honest. And he goes, but then I saw you doing your show and I saw just
His
how
Broadway show, yeah.
yeah, how insanely talented you are, and I am forever a fan. You're brilliant. And so it's just, I love seeing someone who's like, hey, I was wrong. You're great.